Understanding the prevalence of open defecation in India. Open defecation, or the practice of relieving oneself in open spaces rather than in designated toilets, remains a widespread issue in India despite significant efforts to address it. While this phenomenon might seem peculiar to outsiders, its persistence is deeply rooted in a combination of cultural practices, infrastructural deficits, and socio-economic factors. Understanding the reasons behind this behavior requires a nuanced exploration of India's unique historical, cultural, and developmental context. One of the primary reasons for open defecation in India is the lack of adequate sanitation infrastructure. Although the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan Clean India mission, launched in 2014, aimed to eliminate open defecation by building millions of toilets across the country, the problem persists in many areas. According to UNICEF and WHO estimates, nearly 15% of the rural population in India still lacked access to basic sanitation facilities as of 2022. Many households in rural areas either do not have toilets or have poorly constructed ones that are unusable. For some families, the cost of building and maintaining a toilet is prohibitive, especially in regions where daily survival is a struggle. Additionally, lack of water supply, maintenance, and awareness about hygiene further exacerbates the problem. Cultural factors also play a significant role. In many rural communities, defecating in the open has been a long-standing practice that predates modern sanitation systems. Open spaces such as fields and forests were traditionally seen as natural and acceptable places for this activity. For generations, people believed that defecating away from the home was a cleaner practice, as it kept the house free from unpleasant odors. In some cases, open defecation is also associated with notions of privacy. Ironically, for many women in rural areas, defecating in open spaces during pre-dawn or post-sunset hours provides more privacy than using a toilet that is poorly located or constructed without doors. Another critical factor is the lack of awareness about the health hazards associated with open defecation. Many individuals, particularly in rural areas, are unaware of how this practice contributes to the spread of diseases such as diarrhea, cholera, and typhoid. Studies have shown that despite the availability of toilets in some areas, they remain unused because the behavioral shift toward adopting hygienic practices has not been fully achieved. Programs promoting the construction of toilets have sometimes focused more on building infrastructure than on educating communities about their importance. Behavioral change requires consistent education campaigns that challenge deeply ingrained norms and provide compelling reasons for adopting new practices. Gender inequality also plays a role in perpetuating open defecation. Women and girls in India often face restrictions on their mobility and access to resources, including toilets. In many cases, the male members of a household might prioritize building other structures over constructing a toilet, leaving women and children particularly vulnerable. Additionally, caste discrimination adds another layer of complexity. Historically marginalized communities often live in areas where sanitation services are scarce or entirely absent. This lack of equitable development perpetuates the cycle of poverty and poor hygiene practices. The Indian government has made notable progress in addressing open defecation. Under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, an estimated 110 million toilets were constructed between 2014 and 2019. And many villages were declared open defecation free. However, sustaining this progress requires more than just infrastructure. It demands a shift in social attitudes, consistent maintenance of facilities, and ensuring universal access to clean water. International organizations, NGOs, and grassroots movements have also contributed by raising awareness and promoting behavioral change. However, the challenge lies in creating long-term solutions that address the root causes of the issue. Open defecation in India is a multifaceted problem influenced by historical practices, inadequate infrastructure, and socio-economic disparities. While the government and civil society have made significant strides in addressing the issue, achieving complete eradication requires sustained efforts in education, infrastructure development, and addressing cultural norms. By prioritizing community engagement, ensuring equitable resource distribution, and fostering a sense of ownership among citizens, India can move closer to eliminating open defecation and improving public health outcomes for all.